Hello class. Welcome to part 3 of our phrasal verbs on communication. So you voted for this on Instagram. This is week 3 of this series. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we post new videos and new classes. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. PST, we post a new lesson. Let's get started. All right. So let's look at number 1, to back someone up. To back someone up means to give your full support to someone or something. So for example, I will back her up if she goes to court. You can count on me. She backed me up. I hadn't seen the meeting day on the calendar. So for example, when we look at here, I hadn't seen the meeting day on the calendar means that person didn't go to the meeting. So a person, a friend in the group in the meeting backed her up and maybe said, oh no, she is sick, or gave an excuse so that that person wouldn't look bad. So that person kind of gave support to the other person. Yeah. Correct or not, it means to give support to someone. Yeah. When we, in context number 2, means to say that someone is telling the truth, to verify that information. Yeah. Don't worry, if you say anything, I would back you up. I was there. So I was a witness to what happened, and I will support you. I will back you up. What you are saying is correct. What you are saying is right. And I will back you up. That means that that person will verify that what you are saying is true for whatever reason. Yeah. Their loyalty to you, they were a witness, they believe it's right, etc. Okay. All right, let's look at phrasal verb number 2 for today. Count on someone. When you can count on someone, as we saw in this example, you can count on me, means to give your full support to someone or something, to be able to depend on someone to do something. For example, can I count on you to babysit tonight? Can I depend on you for this? I can count on him for anything. I trust him completely. Or example number 3, she is a big part of why we are so efficient. She is so dependable, we can count on her. Yeah, so this example just indicates this synonym. Yeah, to count on someone is that you can depend on them. They are dependable for whatever reason. They are dependable for a particular task, for a particular action. Okay, and here, as we saw in our previous lessons, when we put the parentheses of someone, that means that in that place, if you need it, you would put the object pronoun. Yeah. So if you need it, the object pronoun would go after the preposition. So I can count on you. I can count on him. We can count on her. Yeah. So when we talk about the person we are referring to, we use an object pronoun, and the location would be here. All right, let's go to phrasal verb number 3. So we have open up to someone. So this one is a little bit common, I think. I've seen it recently more, which means to reveal or confess something to someone, and it is usually personal information. To open up means to give personal information about you to a person, to another person, or to a group of people. It means to be vulnerable in some way. Yeah? To be vulnerable in some way. For example, he opened up to the class and it was hard to hear all he had experienced. Number 2, they just won't open up and it's hard to get to know them. So in this particular example, we're looking at a group of people that are not revealing personal information or any information. And so that makes it difficult for the person who is speaking to familiarize themselves with the group, yeah, to get to know them. To get to know is to be familiar with, yeah, to reach that point of understanding or to be familiar with a particular person or group of people. Next one. She opened up and said what was affecting her. Her friends understand now. So that means, yeah, she gave personal information about something in particular that was affecting her, and that allowed her friends to understand, to have empathy. Yeah. So es open up to someone, it's to compartir información de uno que usualmente es personal, pero que permite que otra persona te conozca un poquito más o sepa una historia personal sobre ti y te entienda, te comprenda un poco o te conozca un poco mejor. Yeah? All right, next one. We have to bring up. And to bring up means to bring attention to something in particular, or to introduce a particular something for discussion or consideration. So it's to bring information to the table, yeah, for consideration or for discussion. For example, the teacher brought up the grade malfunction issue, one we saw in a previous example, and apologize to the students. To apologize means to say, I'm sorry. Yeah, that means disculparse. Apologize is disculparse. So excellent. And when we bring up, es traer de información, ¿ya? Trajo esta información para considerarla o para discutirla, ¿ya? Para conversar sobre ella. The manager is bringing up the furniture sales pitch, and I have so many ideas. And I have so many ideas, yeah? So está trayendo esta información del sales pitch y tengo muchas ideas, yeah? Next one. Her husband brings up a good point about leaving early for our group vacation, yeah? Él tiene un buen punto, un buen argumento a favor de irse temprano por las vacaciones. So to bring up means to bring attention, to introduce information, yeah? So this is a keyword, to introduce information for discussion or for consideration, yeah? And our final phrasal verb, we have move on to. When we move on to, we are changing, we are transitioning to a different place, a different subject, or a different activity. For example, okay, class, let's move on to our exercise. That means we would continue with our exercise. We are shifting, we are transitioning to another part of the class, yeah? For example, number 2, I am so bored here. One moment. I am so bored here. Let's move on to another restaurant. So that means let's change. Let's change to another location. So moving on to the final slide, we can see the results of our experiment. So in this example, moving on to can be a transition in a presentation to conclude, yeah, or to continue on. So moving on to our final slide, la lámina, yeah, to our final slide, we can see the results of our experiment, yeah. All right, class. So again, I hope that this series is very useful for you to understand phrasal verbs we use when we talk about communication. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.